Hello, DRF. This is Jim Revell, the chaplain with Corporate Chaplains of America, serving the employees at DRF, Trusted Property Solutions. And so I want to give you a shout out, and I'm actually recording this on what is called Sleepy Monday because it is the day after our clocks spring forward and we have one less hour of sleep. And so it's interesting because some are rooting for this time change to become just simply permanent. About a year ago, the U.S. Senate unanimously approved a bill that would make daylight savings time permanent. It's still awaiting approval by the House of Representatives and then being signed into law by the president, but we're still waiting to find out what's going to happen. But I want to talk to you. I want to give you three upsides of daylight savings time and three downsides, and then you have to make the choice on what you think is the best. So let's talk a little bit about an upside of the time change. Did you know that daylight savings time promotes safety? They say that driving is safer, that car accident rates actually decrease, and that less pedestrians are struck by vehicles, and so that's good news. Economist Jennifer Doliak found that robberies decreased by about 27% in the evening hours because most street crime happens between 5 and 8 p.m. And because there's extra daylight, there's less, it lessens the odds that a robber is going to, commit a crime. But then here's downside number one. It's actually, they say it's bad for your health. Changing sleep patterns goes against our normal circadian rhythm, and that can impact negatively our health. They say that on this Monday and Tuesday following the time change, heart attacks actually increase by about 10%. Cluster headaches, which is kind of a debilitating pain in your head, it actually increases. James Wyatt, who works with as a professor, associate professor at Rush Medical Group, says, quote unquote, we're encountering an increase in extra auto accidents and workplace accidents on Monday, and it even carries out to the entire week of the time shift. So that's very interesting. So that's a downside. But here's upside number two. Upside number two is actually it's good for the economy. They say that the extra hour of daylight causes people to go out and do shop. There's more of a likelihood that people step out and shop longer. The golf industry says 1 month of daylight savings time is worth about $200 to $400 million each month because of that extended daylight, so that individuals can actually participate outdoors longer. The barbecue industry estimates that there's an increase of about $150 million each month because of the extra daylight and people are able to get outside and grill. So that's interesting. But here's a downside. Daylight savings time, according to those who study this, say that productivity drops. Of course, as I'd mentioned, the Monday after is called Sleepy Monday because it's one of the most sleep-deprived days of the year. One study said that the week after, and this is quote unquote in the study, the week after daylight savings time change sees an increase in what they call cyber loafing. That's where employees waste time in the internet because they're just tired. Dr. Till Rosenberg, a German chronobiologist, said, quote, the consequence of this is that the majority of the population has a drastic decrease in productivity, quality of life, susceptibility toward illness, and we're just plain tired, unquote. But here's an upside. Upside number three is that it promotes a healthy lifestyle in the long run because if there's daylight longer in the evening, people have more of a sense to want to get outdoors. Heinrich Wolf, who is a professor at Simon Fraser University, says because of daylight savings time, people engage, quote unquote, in more outdoor activity and less indoor TV watching. And in fact, there's a significant spike in people going outdoors who normally would have stayed indoors. And so that gives more activity. But then downside number three is that there is, according to have you ever heard of this group, the Lost Hour Economic Index? It's a study that moving the clocks forward costs the economy about the U.S. economy about $435 million, factoring health issues, decreased productivity, and workplace injuries. Well, 3 upside arguments, 3 downside arguments. You're going to have to make the call. But the point of this is that many times we go through changes in our life. Could be something as dramatic as losing an hour's sleep, or maybe there's some subtle things that have happened, and these can be either good or bad. Well, anytime we go through change, sometimes it's good to have a sounding board. Well, as a chaplain, I'm here to come alongside, and I'm available as a resource, and you can reach out to me 24/7. And we also provide resources if you're going through a particular season in your life where you need just to be able to either get some help with a particular area, or you need someone as a listening ear, and we're available. So you can reach out to me. My number is 877-322-CHAP, and my extension is 5017. And I'd love you to reach out. Hey, have a great day. And I pray that you get that extra hour of sleep somewhere as you're going forward. Thank you.